Hey, it's Wes here in National Wrestling Clippings Alliance. We're going to do something a little different today. We're going to go back in time to the first wrestling magazine that I ever bought in August of 1972. I was 13 years old. 60 cents for this magazine. Unfortunately, this is not the original copy that I had. I sold that many years ago. But still, I was lucky enough to get another copy of it, although it's a little bit beaten up. It's still an awesome reminder of my youth and my love of wrestling. 1972, gosh, that was a long time ago. 28, that's 50 years ago. Oh my goodness. Great cover pictures as usual on the After magazines. Fantastic stories. Oh, stories, if you want to call them stories. One of the things about this magazine that I always loved, and I don't know if it was because it was the first magazine I bought or why, but there's 59 Canadians in this magazine in the pictures. Some of the great articles here, ratings, of course, Fan Club Corner, your letters, correspondence reports, Love Brothers, Johnny Valentine, Victor Rivera, Carlos Rocha, and Mr. X, Massacre in South Carolina, etc., etc., etc. John Toll stood up to Sheik, and look what happened to him. Great ratings page from yesteryear. Look at some of these stars. Morales, Sammartino, George Steele, Ernie Ladd, Strongbow, Gorilla, Jimmy Handsome, Jimmy Valiant. Bunch of Canadians here too, including Paul DeMarco. Let's see, Little Brutus, Frenchie Lamont. Lord Littlebrook was kind of like a Canadian for a while anyway. Skylar Low, Little Beaver, of course. Going up the AWA ratings. Ivan Koloff, a Canadian. Going up the WWF ratings. Let's see, any Canadians here? No. Oh, that's surprising. NWA, John Tolis and Paul DeMarco. Oh, and Waldo Von Erich, too. Tag Team Stomper, Cicluna. Von Steigers were Canadian, which is strange. Let's see the ladies. Sandy Parker, Vivian Vachon, Hatchet, Lady Natasha, former tag team partner of group member Beverly Shade. Cool. Fan Club Corner with Carpentier, one of my favorite wrestlers, Strongbow. Strongbow is innocent. Chief is guilty. You got the guys falling out letters. I don't even think they were real. Reports from our correspondents. Larry Barnheiser, a famous name from newsletters and reporting all over the place. Yeah. Frankie Lane, Canadian. King Curtis, who I absolutely loved. He was fantastic. And then there you go. The Love Brothers, those rascals you love to hate. Reginald and Hartford. Look, nice picture of Willie Billy Watson near the tail end of his career. This is performing also, obviously, in Maple Leaf Gardens. As you can see, the Export A cigarette sign that was at the end, both ends of the arena. And the hockey scores were always posted during the wrestling matches, too. Fantastic back issues. Only $1 each. A woman's view of Johnny Valentine, Dr. Jekyll, or Mr. Hyde. And yeah, okay. Who wrote this? Tiger Jeet Singh, Canadian. Johnny Rougeau, Canadian. Valentine and Buddy Rogers had a long career, massively long career, but cut short because of the plane crash. But I don't know if it's who's more famous, Greg or Johnny. Let us know what you think. Johnny Valentine was a massive career, 49 to 75 or something like that. And I guess the Hammer's still performing in some degrees. Killer Kowalski with hair. That's a pretty old picture. Victor Rivera and Pedro Morales from WWF territory. I always liked Victor Rivera. I thought he was great. Fantastic drop kicker. Cicluna, Canadian. Our WWF not in the Hall of Fame, Stan Stasiak. Carlos Rocha unmasked Mr. X. This is from Quebec. Rougeau Promotions, 1972-71. Carlos Rocha, who was a massive star in a lot of areas, wasn't very good, but he was a massive star. They're pulling the mask off, and Hans Mortier, who had a massive long career too, is sort of like a Canadian. Johnny Rougeau, Dino Bravo, and I think that's Luigi Massera, referee from that time. Massacre in South Carolina, Mid-Atlantic Tag Team Champions. Both these guys held the belts. The K Brothers and the Von Steigers were Canadian also. Corlett, I think their name was. And great pictures. Look at this. Look at this knee brace. Oh my God, that must have been something else. I don't, no one knows, but I do have had some knee problems in the past, and that really freaks me out when I see that. T.N. Turner, a package of explosive dynamite from the WWA. I'm surprised that they don't have a picture here of her wrestling Rachel Dubois, but that's fine. Vivian Vachon. Again, Vivian Vachon. She's a good-looking lady. Obviously not as good-looking as her, but why Saito's brilliant idea laid a great big egg. These two guys, Dory Dixon and Earl Maynard, used headbutts as their finishing holds. And Saito and Kenji Shibuya thought they would wear boxing headgear to prevent them from getting coco bonked or whatever. National Wrestling Federation, great star Little Abner Osborne. Chic ripoff, the great Miss Fetzo, Frankie Kane, Ben Justice, Kowalski. And this is one of my favorite articles. John Toll stood up to the Sheik, and look what happened to him. Farouk. He was unbelievable. Look at the pictures here. Just oh my God, Sheik. Tolos came in and interrupted the Sheik, and we had to serve justice. What a fantastic, fantastic star. What a couple of these guys were good. Sheik's eating wood. And then he clobbers Tolos with the 2x4. It wasn't a 2x4, it was a piece of balsa wood. But Art Thomas, WWA star near the end of his career. I think he held the belt for a while too. Nice picture of Von Raschke, early picture. Look at the difference here in the size of these two guys. Buddy Rogers, and this is taken in Texas because that's a Texas referee. Look at the size of this guy. Massive, massive. Thez complaining he broke his ribs. Anything to get your picture in the paper. Ooh, The Wonderful World of Pen Pals. I wonder if there's anyone famous in here. Oh, I used to always look and see. Oh, Don Johnson. Famous actor. On Bill Gates. Bill Gates, look at that. Right there, Bill Gates. I didn't know he was a wrestling fan before he turned into a multi-gazillionaire. More of the tag team match from California. Famous referee from California. Paul DeMarco, Canadian guy from Hamilton. Some more Tolos. Hamilton. Nice. Sheik has got something in his hand. I don't know what that is, but it's like a foreign object. Yeah, it's just so cool to see this kind of magazine, and I'm so happy I was able to get another copy of the first magazine I ever bought. What else do we have here? Claw hold, look at that. Fantastic elbow drop. Carlos Rose. Ooh, look at that. That's, yeah, $8.95 for the deluxe model. Reginald and Hartford and Louis Martinez in Toronto, of course. Public hanging. Bobo. And this is a fantastic picture. I love that picture. Great picture. And that's it. First magazine, wrestling magazine I ever bought. August 1972.